Hello everyone. I'm gonna try this easy recipe. Well, it's not really a recipe, this easy bag and cook packet I found at the store. Happened to be perusing the aisles. This is Grace, a Jamaican company. I've bought their vegan bouillons before, their chicken one and their beef one, and I happened to spy this that said bag and cook, mild Jamaican jerk. They also had spicy Jamaican jerk. It's a dry rub seasoning with the oven bag, and it has no trans fat, no artificial colors, and made in Jamaica. Essentially, if you were going to be using it for chicken, which is what they say here, or show, you would just put your chicken in here. It's pre-seasoned. You just put it in, you put it in a bag, you're going to cook it. And I thought, well, I'm going to try this with some tofu. But I then remembered that I had, and it's been from a while, some frozen vegan chicken wings I bought when a vegan store was shutting down. I'd used one pack of them. I might have done a review of that. I'm like, I've got more of this. And I also found in my freezer simulated soy leg. So I'm going to use this as well. I've had both of these for a while, so I hope that they don't taste freezer burned. But I figured this was probably the perfect thing to use to cook my bag and cook jerk style chicken. So I'm going to, this one's already thawing fairly nicely, but I'm going to just thaw this one a little bit. I'll get back, I'm going to open this up and see what the directions say. And of course, I checked to make sure that this was vegan. Seasonings pretty much usually are, except sometimes when they decide to throw dairy into something. So here you have salt, sugar, spices, which is dehydrated onion, garlic, then you've got agacho spices as well as dehydrated onion and garlic powder, corn protein, wheat flour, vegetable oil, citric acid, again onion powder, tomato powder, hydrolyzed soy protein, modified palm oil, autolyzed yeast, dehydrated carrots, dehydrated green onion, carrot powder, guar gum, dehydrated parsley, spice extractives, turmeric for color, and paprika for color. Did I say paprika? Paprika. For every quarter teaspoon, you've got 4 calories, no fat, either trans or saturated, 1 gram of carbohydrates, no fiber, no sugar, no protein, no cholesterol. It does have 140 milligrams of sodium, no potassium, no iron, and no calcium. So let me just open this. Oh, I don't want to rip the bag that it comes with, so let's just see. Okay. You know, sometimes you want an easy meal or an easy scenario. Okay, so it's locked on both sides. So basically, you open this side, you get the bag. Let me just see the directions here. It says, use 1 sachet. I want to call it sachet, but 1 bag, essentially, for 2 pounds of chicken. How much is this? I'm going to try to make it all work. Preheat the oven to 350. Remove the cooking bag from the top of the sachet. Place meat in the bag and pour seasoning evenly over the meat. Then you're going to gently rub the seasoning over the meat. Use the tie to close the bag. Place the flat bag into a baking pan and place it into the oven, leaving enough space between the racks for bag expansion. Okay. And then you're going to cook. It says 50 to 55 minutes for chicken or 25 to 30 minutes for fish. Remove from the oven and let stand for at least 3 minutes. So what I will do is I will probably cook for like 20 minutes. It's not chicken. It doesn't need to be cooked until no one's going to die from eating it. But that's what I'll do. So let me just get this stuff defrosted. I will sort of see if this feels like it's enough for both packets, or I might save a few of these wings. Maybe that's an idea. I might save a few of those wings because I made the best honey garlic the other day, so I might save a few of those wings and put honey garlic on them. But anyway, guys, we're gonna see how this works out. You know, we can veganize this just by using something that's not meat. Well, these ones could be freezer burned. They had been opened but closed in the freezer. I don't know. We'll see. These ones I think are going to be perfect because they were vacuum sealed, the package was never open, and they look like they're thawing nicely, but I'm still going to cook up the other ones anyway. Okay, so what did it say to do? It says to, preheat the oven. Okay, yeah, it says preheat to 350, do not exceed 390. Alright, so what am I supposed to do? Remove the cooking bag and then place the meat in the bag. Okay, so this is what it shows here. I don't know if that was a little tie that just fell. Something. Wait a minute, how does this bag work? Oh, okay. Alright, it's very thin. Something fell, but I'll get that in a moment. So, it says to put the chicken in the bag. I'm going to use all of the legs, since I might use all of it, as I said, or keep a couple of the wings. I assume this is going to be a sturdy bag, and it's amazing how much this smells like chicken. The Asian companies have been perfecting this for centuries. So I'm gonna get the meat in the bag. Don't those look just like chicken legs? Okay, so what I've done is I had 3 legs and I put 5 wings in there. Sorry, yeah, 5 wings. I'm keeping these other wings because that honey garlic sauce that I saved needs to be put onto these. So I'm gonna just save this for like a little bit of a snack that I will cook up and coat in my honey garlic. And I feel like this is possibly like 2 pounds, you know? It looks like it's a good enough amount for the pan that I have. So now you're going to cut open the seasoning portion. Okay, yeah, it's just all loose in there. I have a bit of tofu. You know what? I'm gonna put a bit of the tofu in here because I don't have a lot left. And that way I get to see how the tofu will taste with this. I love when a plan comes together because I had planned to use tofu and the chicken is a better idea, but this will give me the chance to determine, this is extra firm, maybe I'll just do the 2 pieces like this. It'll give me the chance to determine whether or not this works well on tofu. Okay, so now you're going to take your seasoning and just sprinkle it over your meat. I'm sorry if the rustling sound of the bag is exceptionally loud, because it is loud. And I'm just using the package to sprinkle onto spots that look like they could use a little bit more, just to make sure that everything is coated. And it says to essentially rub the seasoning over the meat gently. Use the tie to close the bag. Where did I put the tie? Maybe this is, what is it, ASMR? I don't know. Say here, it just says to tie the bag. Place bag into a flat baking pan. I'm gonna I'm gonna tie it like here. One of those, it's a very thin sort of interesting tie, but it's the kind that has that little hole, you know, that you can loop it through and tighten. Okay, I'm gonna assume that's good enough. You know what I mean? It's the kind of little tie that's got the ridges on it, so it shouldn't slip out, but that's it. It's a very thin little thing. It's not like metal. So I'm gonna lay everything flat as I can. I mean, I look like I'm making some chicken right here, don't I? Like, legit. Okay, and I'm gonna get this into the oven for about half an hour, 25 minutes. I'll check in 25 minutes, see how it is. Like I said, this is not real chicken, so it doesn't have to be cooked for an hour, but we're gonna see how this turns out. I will be back. What it looks like, so the bag has puffed out. I did let it stay longer. I let it stay like 40 minutes, maybe 45, because I just figured it doesn't hurt to have the flavor infuse a bit more. Just gonna let it cool down for a second, then I'll taste it and let you know what I think. All right, so I'm just gonna cut the bag. Because I wanna see how, I wanna see what it looks like before I taste it. I mean, it looks legit. Like, look at this. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So this is a piece of the tofu. This was the bigger piece of the tofu. It seems nice and moist. I love that it's definitely squishy and moist, and this was extra firm tofu, so it cooks well with this. Let me just cut a little piece. Look at that jerk seasoning. I want to cut the fat leg. Let's cut the leg. First of all, I mean, does this look like a piece of chicken? Like, it totally does. All right, let me cut this. My only concern, as you know, is that this was in the freezer for a long time, but that's okay. So let me taste this. The seasoning's fantastic. You can definitely coat whatever you want with this, and it's gonna taste good. This chicken is a little soft, but that's okay. It's not real chicken, obviously. But the flavor is fantastic. Let me try the tofu. The tofu is really great. This is fantastic on tofu as well. And almost interestingly, I was like, I think I might like the tofu better. They're both good. Maybe it's just the texture of the tofu, but that flavor profile is fantastic. So you guys can easily veganize jerk chicken with this easy meal thing. What's great about this, you just get your tofu, you get your vegan chicken, you put it in the bag, you coat it, you cook it, it's done. So we need these easy meal preps as well, or we want them at times, and something like this packs a whole lot of flavor. If you like spice, if you like jerk, this is for you. And I'm gonna go eat and enjoy. See you in the next video. And to just point out, I actually do like this one a lot. Like, it's soft, but not as soft as this. This is fine, but this one has a better texture of chicken, I would think. It's the only thing is it's like, especially where you see the seasonings concentrated, it's pretty salty. So eating it with the salad is combating that. So it's a bit salty, but otherwise it is good. It's convenient, and you can make yourself a quick, easy jerk meal that's veganized.